Victoria Beckham kept quiet about her relationship with Meghan Markle for years. She never addressed the whispers. She never confirmed the leaks. She never touched the rumors. But now, that silence has been broken, and what she reportedly said left fans stunned, and the press scrambling. This is the story of how a polished friendship between two powerful women collapsed, and what Victoria finally told Meghan. It started with warmth. In early 2018, when Meghan arrived in London, Victoria opened doors. She shared contacts. She gave advice. She offered Meghan her trusted beauty and style team, the kind of introductions that mattered in Meghan's new high-definition world. For a moment, it looked like trust. It looked like respect. It looked like friendship. By May that year, the world could see it. The Beckhams were front-row guests at the royal wedding between Meghan and Harry. Meghan later even wore a sleek Victoria Beckham design at one of her last royal appearances. On the surface, two families in solidarity, but behind the scenes, the cracks had already started to show. Then came the turning point. A newspaper article revealed Meghan had been given beauty tips from Victoria. To the public, it was flattering. To Meghan, already wary of leaks, it felt like betrayal. Private guidance suddenly splashed across the tabloids. Harry reacted instantly. According to biographer Tom Bower, he picked up the phone, not to Victoria, but to David. He accused the Beckhams of feeding the press. David was said to be absolutely bloody furious. For him, it was an insult. And here's the twist. Later reports suggested the story may not have come from Victoria at all. Some claimed it came from a salon receptionist. If true, the Beckhams were wrongly accused. But by then, the trust was gone. What followed was silence. Invitations stopped. Public appearances faded. Any show of unity disappeared. The Beckhams thrived. Homes, wealth, global influence. The Sussexes? A rockier road. Commentators whispered about jealousy, power, and status, fueling the rift even further. All from one tabloid story. A whisper that became suspicion. Suspicion that became distance. Distance that hardened into years of resentment. But the question was always there, how long could the distance last before new family dynamics pulled it back into the spotlight? That moment came in May 2025, a dinner in Montecito. At first it looked ordinary, but reports clashed. Some said it was intimate, others claimed 18 guests. And Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz? According to some, they weren't even on the list. They slipped in through friends. The inconsistencies only fueled the mystery. And when Meghan sat down with Brooklyn and Nicola, the gossip world lit up. Was she building a bridge back to the Beckhams? Or was she drawing their son and daughter-in-law closer into her orbit, away from Victoria's? Either way, the message was loud and clear. Nicola's presence only added fuel. Back in 2022, her wedding sparked endless speculation. Would Victoria design the dress? She didn't. Nicola chose Valentino. She denied any feud, but the rumors never stopped. Then came David Beckham's 50th birthday. Brooklyn and Nicola skipped it, a family milestone, yet turned up smiling with Harry and Meghan in Montecito. The contrast? Too big to ignore. Observers said this wasn't just dinner. It was a statement. Both the Sussexes and the Peltz Beckhams have clashed with powerful families. Both have had their rifts splashed across headlines. For critics, this looked like solidarity. Two couples branded as outsiders finding common ground in rebellion. And for Victoria, the night couldn't have gone unnoticed. Seeing her son cozy at Meghan's table while her own ties to Meghan lay in ruins sparked questions about loyalty. That's when the silence finally broke. According to reports, Victoria reached out to Meghan. Her message? Stay out of Beckham family matters. On the surface, small words. But for Victoria, who had never addressed the feud before, it was huge. Remember, the feud began with that phone call in 2018. Since then, outlets have described ties between the families as frosty. So when Victoria finally spoke, it wasn't casual. In celebrity culture, breaking a long silence is deliberate. It means the issue still matters. Some insiders believe it's not beyond repair, but others say the damage is permanent. So was Victoria right to step in? Or did she just fan the flames? Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Because this feud started with a whisper, it turned into a phone call, and now it's gone public. The fallout didn't just live in headlines, it echoed across industries. Fashion, sports, entertainment, even philanthropy. Wherever the Sussexes appeared, comparisons to the Beckhams weren't far behind. Two power couples, both adored, both criticized, but moving in very different directions. For Meghan, the connection with Victoria had once been a lifeline, a woman who knew the pressure of living under a spotlight, a woman who had navigated her own transformation, from pop star to global brand icon. That kind of advice could have been priceless. Losing it wasn't just about friendship, it was about influence. Meanwhile, the Beckhams leaned into their polished, unified image. David's career as a global ambassador. Victoria's evolution as a respected designer. Their children, Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, Harper, each carefully curated in public. Every move crafted for admiration, never scandal. It stood in sharp contrast to Meghan and Harry, who often found themselves defending against controversy instead of curating their own narrative. This is why the alleged betrayal stung so deeply. For Meghan, trust was currency. Once spent, it could not be returned. And for David, loyalty was everything. To be accused of selling out his family for press? That was a wound that lingered far longer than a single phone call. Tabloids had a field day. The British press thrived on feud stories. And this one was gold. Two glamorous couples. International recognition. A friendship turned cold. Every move, every outfit, every absence from an event became proof of division. And the longer the silence stretched, the louder the rumors grew. Even fans were divided. Some sided with Meghan, arguing she had every right to guard her inner circle after what she endured in the monarchy. Others defended Victoria, insisting she had been wronged by baseless accusations. Online forums, gossip blogs, and celebrity magazines churned for years, fueling a cultural debate that refused to die. But beneath the headlines was a more personal truth. Both women were navigating similar storms. Both had faced public ridicule, intense scrutiny, and accusations of being difficult, ambitious, or cold. The very labels society often pins on strong women. It raised an uncomfortable question. Were they rivals because of each other, or because the world made them so? Fast forward to 2025, the Montecito dinner was more than gossip. It was a crossroads. For Meghan, it was a chance to reframe her alliances, showing she wasn't isolated. For Nicola, it was another reminder that she was carving independence from the Beckham name. And for Victoria, it was a warning shot. A reminder that silence could no longer guarantee control. Insiders hinted that Victoria's message to Meghan wasn't just personal, it was protective. A mother reminding another mother, family comes first. Brooklyn was no longer just her son. He was his own brand, his own marriage, his own future. Any perception of manipulation from Meghan threatened that. And Victoria, fiercely protective of her children, drew a line. Still, the irony couldn't be ignored. A feud that began with whispers about leaked beauty tips had now escalated into global headlines about loyalty, betrayal, and power. The stakes were bigger. This wasn't about one friendship anymore, it was about legacy. So, was Victoria right to step in? Or did she just fan the flames? Tell us what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Because this feud started with a whisper, it turned into a phone call, and now it's gone public.